For centuries, the world of French theater remained largely a male domain. The grandeur of the stage, the applause of the audience, and the critical acclaim were all reserved for men. Women, on the other hand, were mere spectators in this grand spectacle, their talents and voices overshadowed by societal norms and rigid traditions. Women, relegated to the periphery, found their voices stifled and their presence minimized. They watched from the shadows, yearning for a chance to step into the light, to share their stories and perspectives. Yet, the societal constraints of the time were unyielding, casting a long shadow over their aspirations. The stage, a space for storytelling and artistic expression, denied them agency. It was a realm where men crafted narratives, played out dramas, and explored the human condition, while women were confined to the roles assigned to them by a patriarchal society. The empty stage symbolized the void left by their absence, a silence that spoke volumes. They were largely absent from the narratives that unfolded under the bright lights. The stories told were incomplete, lacking the richness and diversity that women's experiences could bring. The male-dominated cast and crew perpetuated a singular perspective, one that often overlooked the complexities of the female experience. Societal norms confined women to the domestic sphere, considering the stage an unsuitable environment for their perceived fragility. The home was deemed their rightful place, a space where they could fulfill their roles as daughters, wives, and mothers. The theater, with its demands for emotional depth and public performance, was seen as too harsh and unseemly for women. The few roles available to women often reinforced stereotypical representations. They were cast as the dutiful wife, the innocent maiden, or the tragic heroine, characters that lacked depth and complexity. These roles did little to challenge societal norms or to offer a nuanced portrayal of women's lives and struggles. Characters lacked depth and complexity, confined to portraying damsels in distress or romantic interests. These portrayals were one-dimensional, reducing women to mere plot devices in the stories of men. The richness of their inner lives, their ambitions, fears, and desires remained unexplored and unexpressed. This absence of female perspectives limited the scope of theatrical narratives. The stories told on stage were incomplete, missing the voices and experiences of half the population. The male-centric narratives failed to capture the full spectrum of human experience, resulting in a skewed and narrow portrayal of society. It presented a skewed reflection of society, devoid of the richness and nuance that women's experiences could bring. The absence of women from the stage mirrored their marginalization in broader society, reinforcing the notion that their voices were less valuable and their stories less important. The exclusion of women from the creative process, both as writers and actors, further compounded this imbalance. The plays written by men reflected their perspectives and experiences, often neglecting or misrepresenting the female viewpoint. This lack of diversity in storytelling limited the potential for artistic exploration and innovation. The absence of women's voices from the stage had far-reaching consequences. It not only deprived audiences of diverse narratives but also perpetuated gender biases and stereotypes. The theater, a powerful medium for social commentary and change, failed to challenge the status quo and instead reinforced existing power dynamics. It reinforced societal biases and limited the potential for artistic exploration. The male-dominated theater scene perpetuated a cycle of exclusion, where women's contributions were undervalued and their talents overlooked. This not only stifled individual creativity, but also hindered the growth and evolution of the art form itself. However, even in the face of such constraints, the desire for expression and the yearning to reshape the narrative simmered beneath the surface. Women found ways to assert their presence, whether through clandestine performances, writing under pseudonyms, or supporting each other in their artistic endeavors. Their determination and resilience laid the groundwork for future generations. The seeds of change were sown, waiting for the right moment to blossom. The efforts of these pioneering women, though often unrecognized, planted the roots of a movement that would eventually challenge and transform the theatrical landscape. The stage was set for a revolution, a gradual yet powerful transformation that would redefine the role of women in French theater. Today, the presence of women in theater is celebrated, their voices heard, and their stories told. The journey from the shadows to the spotlight has been long and arduous, but it has paved the way for a richer, more inclusive and dynamic theatrical tradition. Now let's delve into some of the most iconic plays and performances that have shaped French theater. These productions not only entertained audiences but also challenged societal norms and highlighted the talents of women in the industry. From groundbreaking dramas to thought-provoking comedies, these works left an indelible mark on the cultural landscape. We explore how women in French theater have redefined gender roles on stage. Over the years, female actors and playwrights have pushed boundaries, taking on roles that were once considered unconventional or even taboo. Their courage and creativity have paved the way for more diverse and inclusive representations in theater. Finally, we examine the cultural impact of women in theater. Their contributions have not only enriched the arts but have also influenced broader societal changes. By bringing unique perspectives and stories to the stage, women have played a crucial role in shaping modern French culture. Their legacy continues to inspire future generations of artists and audiences alike. Throughout history, women in French theater have been a powerful force for social change. Their voices have challenged norms, questioned authority, and inspired generations to think differently. From the early days of the stage to the modern era, these remarkable women have used their art to advocate for equality, justice, and human rights. We must celebrate the pioneers and trailblazers who have shaped the world of theater as we know it today. These remarkable individuals paved the way for future generations. Women like Sarah Bernhardt, who defied conventions and captivated audiences with her extraordinary talent and charisma. Her performances were legendary, and she became a symbol of artistic excellence. Or Colette, whose bold writing and performances broke barriers and expanded the boundaries of what was possible for women in theater. Colette's fearless approach to storytelling and her unique voice inspired many. These trailblazers set the stage for countless others to follow in their footsteps. Their legacy lives on in the vibrant and diverse world of contemporary theater, where women continue to push boundaries and redefine what is possible. Today, women in contemporary French theater continue to push the envelope. They are directors, playwrights, actors, and producers, creating works that reflect the complexities of modern society. Their contributions are not only shaping the cultural landscape, but also ensuring that women's voices remain at the forefront of artistic expression. Looking to the future, the role of women in French theater seems brighter than ever. Women are not just participating, but are leading the charge in various capacities, from directing and writing to performing and producing. Their influence is reshaping the landscape of French theater. With each passing generation, more women are stepping into leadership roles, bringing fresh perspectives and innovative ideas. These women are not only challenging traditional norms, but are also creating new narratives that resonate with contemporary audiences. Their contributions are vital in making theater more reflective of society's diversity. The future promises a more inclusive and diverse theater scene, where women's stories are told with authenticity and passion. This inclusivity extends beyond gender, embracing a multitude of voices and experiences. Female-led productions are exploring themes that were previously overlooked, adding depth and richness to the theatrical experience. The legacy of those who came before will undoubtedly inspire the next wave of talent to continue breaking new ground. Young women today look up to these trailblazers and are motivated to pursue their own dreams in theater. The future of French theater is not just about preserving tradition but also about innovation and progress, driven by the passion and creativity of women.